By 3007, Hanse Davion graduated from the prestigious Albion Military Academy with honors as a mech warrior. His student file showed him to be a natural leader, but also having a penchant for unconventional thinking, which will be a defining mark for the remainder of his military career. Once he entered the AFFS, Hanse quickly worked his way up the ranks, proving himself more than a son of a former first prince or the brother of the current one, since Hanse Davion was ruling the Federated Sons on 2999. His early military actions as a junior officer with the 3rd Regimental Combat Team Davion Guards saw him filling the position of a lance commander, piloting his favorite mech, a BLR-1G Battlemaster he named Cadmus. During the Battle of Benton Hill in 3008, Hanse showed little respect for battlefield conventions. He would attack or defend with curious, if not downright bizarre, tactics. Only the fact that his quirky ideas often led to such spectacular successes saved the Davion family from the embarrassment of a court-martial. Nevertheless, as a skilled mech warrior and leader, Hanse has earned the trust of his men. And these traits, along his political acumen, allowed him to survive through the years on his assignment to Capellan March in 3011. At that time, his brother Ian was known as the Hound, due to his preference for combat over politics and matters of statecraft. And with his focus on the Draconis Combine, the Capellan March was left to fend for itself against the predations of the Confederation, and its logistic was eroded by corruption despite political efforts by Duke George Asik and Field Marshal Ivan Davion, and the successes of units such as the Wolf Dragoons to stem the Capellan tide. Rising quickly through the ranks, Hanse Davion was by now the commander of the 3rd RCT Davion Guards. Despite being only 28 years old, Hanse had already lived through enough battles to be called a marksman, the mech warrior equivalent of an ace. With his early tendency towards unorthodox tactics, mellowed when experience taught him how often the old way still worked. On 3011, Hanse was appointed as military governor of New Aragon, a system conquered from the Capellan Confederation 3 years prior by the Wolf Dragoons. The very next year, under the aegis of Ivan Davion, he was then given the task of rebuilding the entire military structure within the Capellan March. Between the convoluted political atmosphere at New Aragon, with its hostile population, and the challenges of rebuilding the logistics of a military force mostly under the command of a march lord, Hanse got quite the first-hand education in politics. His 2 years of handling such a powder keg made him a seasoned administrator, and many political figures within the Federated Sons saw him as a potential holder for the position of Prince Champion, with the idea that the two brothers will be working together in the governance of their nation. On the other hand, his current position within the Capellan March soon put him in direct conflict with its newly appointed March Lord, Duke Michael Asik Davion, his brother-in-law by marriage with his half-sister, and a political rivalry began during 3013, which will never see a peaceful conclusion between both individuals.